Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Good evening. Here we are again. It's our live Tuesday, all the way from the Success Mastery team. We trust you are doing amazingly well. It's been a while. Last week, the ladies took us through some powerful lessons. And today we want to continue with the same thing. But before we start off, let me introduce, or let me just welcome my sister, Lady Rita, today on the call. She is all ready for you, prepared. Good evening. Welcome, Rita.
Thank you.
All right. So part 3 of our series on mastering your life. There is a need to master our life, because whatever we don't master, it masters us. And so our life, we must learn how to master it. The first part that we addressed 2 weeks back was on the topic of who you listen to too. So for us to be able to master our lives, it is very important that we pay attention to who we are listening to. Last week, our team talked about the teachability scale. To master our lives, we must have high index when it comes to being teachable and coachable. And today we want to take the third part, and that is the training balance scale. A mouthful, but I believe by the end of our discussion today, it will make sense to you. So before we keep started, I'll say, if you've not liked our link, please like this YouTube channel, subscribe, like, share, follow, share it with somebody else so that they can also get the same information. And we will be grateful. We will really be thankful if you can do that for us. Thank you. Lady Rita, how are you doing today? Like I said, I see you are all ready for this particular topic. You know, there are some topics that resounds more with each and every one of us, but I think this training balance scale is your thing. It's your thing. So I'm really excited to see what you have to share with us about that. Now, when we talk about training balance scale, what does it mean? What are we talking about? What does it mean for somebody who have not heard it before?
Okay. Good evening, viewers. Welcome to Success Mastery. My name is Rita, as you all know. Yeah, thank you, Lady Frida, for this topic. When we talk about the training balance skills, it means that success is 1% physical, and then 99% is spiritual. And these ideas speak to the way we often focus on the physical aspects of life, what we can see, what we can measure, but in reality, the driving force behind our success, fulfillment, and growth is largely spiritual or unseen. So when we talk about training balance skills, that is what I can say it is. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I really like that you said that success is 99% spiritual and 1% skill. And like you rightly said, most of the time we turn it upside down. We actually busy, we're spending 99% on the 1%. And we actually doing 1% for where we're supposed to put 99%. Now, if we say 1% of success is physical, what does it really mean?
Yes, thank you. Let me explain it a bit, and then for me to give an example. To understand this better, let's think about the iceberg analogy. You see, the tip of the iceberg, which is the visible above, represents 1% of the physical reality. And then the action is the action we take, the physical body, our external circumstances, all that we have seen, we can touch, our exercises, fitness, and everything is 1%. Everything that you achieve in life is actually 1%. And however, the beneath the surface that we cannot see, that is hidden view, is the 90, and then it is the 99%, the spiritual aspect. And that also represents our beliefs, thoughts, emotions, energy, intuition, our connection, and we call it the high faculty. Yeah. And these unseen factors are often far more influential than the 1% we usually pay attention to.
Wow, that is so true. Thank you so much for breaking it down. And now I understand why we actually turn it around, because most of the time, even looking at around us, there is so much focus on what we can see, on the physical. We give so much attention on the physical, which is but 1%. And what is not seen, like you rightly say, we mostly neglect it.
Yeah.
And most of the time is when you are almost you pass those 40 years going, that you now see that, oh, there is more to this life than the physical we are seeing. You understand? Because then at that age, you now really realize the meaning to life. And so I like that you said the spiritual side has to do with our thoughts, for instance, our image, because our physical body, we are more than meets the eye.
Yeah.
And it's good that we look good, yes. But if we're looking good here, but not here, something happens, which it does not make us authentic. So the self-image, the image we have of ourselves is very, very important. And then you talk about the spiritual aspect, very, very important, because even though we are physical beings, we are also spiritual beings.
Yeah.
And many times we neglect the spiritual aspect of us and we only focus on the physical. But the physical is only 1%, like we are learning. So once we have this training skill balanced, when it is balanced, when we are focusing 1% on the physical like we should, and we are focusing 99% on the spiritual like we should. When we do it the opposite, we are not having a balanced scale.
No.
And now my question is, because I will talk for myself, I started more on the physical part, paying attention, going to the school, doing the training, doing the whatever we need to do, the physical part that everybody sees. How do we now make the turn? Of course, awareness is important, because if you're not aware that you are doing it the opposite way, you can't change it. So awareness is key. But once we are aware that, hey, I'm actually spending 99% where I'm only supposed to spend 1% of my time, my resources, my everything, and 99% I'm neglecting it. How do we now make the change? How do we now make sure that we now get the balance in place?
Yeah.
What are some of the things we can do to balance the scale?
Yes. When it comes in, what do you mean? You mean the physical aspect or the spiritual aspects?
Yeah. So for instance, I'm doing 1% where I'm supposed to actually be doing 99%. Because my scale is turned upside down. But now I realize, oh my goodness, I'm not doing it the right way. So what are some of the things I can start doing?
Yeah, to build the spirit.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, one of the things that you can do is, first thing, we cannot do without God. So you need to connect first with your God. Yeah. And then for me, that's how I do it. Connected with my God, praying, reading the word, because, without the word, we cannot do anything, because the word is the lamp unto our feet and the light unto our path. So you connect to your God, your source of everything. And then through that, I also focus on meditation, meditation, because I need to work on my mindset, because we've been programmed in different ways. We've been attracted things that are not valuable to the spirit. So we get into the meditation aspects. Yeah, and then we read books, read books, not just any books, but books that will inspire you. Yeah, and also you need also to see your environment. You need to see a group of people that are doing certain things that you really love. People that will pour into you, because if you can see, if we go back to the previous video, we say that who do we listen to? Because at the end of the day, the people we listen to have huge impact in our lives. So the people we surround ourselves with, whether family or, we need to see to it that whether they are spiritual, and then we involve ourselves, and then they will give us the idea and how to go about it. So I hope this question is being answered.
Great. I really love that you started that we should connect with our source, which is God. Very, very true. And when you were mentioning the 99%, you talk about the aspect of faith, our belief, what we believe in, our faith. Once our relationship with God is good, of course, through prayer, through the study of the word, we begin to now have access and know who we are, our self-image. We begin to see who we are, because the one who created us has for us who we are. He says we are wonderfully and fearfully made. Once we see our image in the mirror of his word, now we begin to live according to that image. That's why I like what you said. Surround yourself with an environment that is also spiritual, an environment that will affirm who you are, according to what the scripture has said concerning you, not according to maybe what you are going through, what you are passing through, your current situation, because those are temporary things. It's only 1%.
Yeah.
So we need to put ourselves in an environment where the true us is being affirmed. And of course, how we also speak to ourselves is very important. You cannot go and read in the Bible and God say you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and then you come out and you are saying, I don't think I can do it. I can't measure up. No. That's a contradiction. So also coming in alignment and speaking who we are is very, very important. And that is why the environment is key.
Yeah, so let me cut you a bit. When it comes into my spiritual aspect, there's certain things that I wrote down I want to share.
All right.
For me, I wrote that the spiritual aspect is the energy, the intention, and then the mindset that I bring to each task. And it's about connecting with my deeper purpose. And understanding why I'm doing what I do. Yeah. And then secondly, also, when I approach my work with a sense of gratitude, that is what I do. And then the compassion, and then the positive intention, I found that my day goes smoother. You see? So,
great.
and I'm more and also it makes me more productive. And it also influenced my action by reminding me to stay calm, focused, even when things get tough. So That's what I wrote about my spiritual aspect on that. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. Because you can stay calm because you are not moved by what is happening. Because your faith is not in what is happening. Your faith is in God, who is able to change whatever is happening. And because of that, you can keep your cool.
Yeah.
Now, if all of us will be thinking and behaving like this, would there be room for depression?
No, there won't be. There won't be.
Unnecessary worry and anxiety, will we have it?
No.
So this evening, the reason for our call, this particular live, very short, but I believe very dynamic and powerful, is let's get our balance scale in its right position. And let's give attention to where attention is due. Yeah. Work on our spiritual side, and the physical side will fall into place.
That's right.
When we can really connect with our true self and are able to live out life, show up in life, not as an event, but really from our inner self, like Rita said, showing compassion, being patient with ourselves and with people. Being okay, even when things don't go the way we want it to go, because we understand that it will, at the end, always work out for our good. We are not in a hurry to impress nobody. And do not allow the 1% physical to spoil our day. Because usually that's what happens. You wake up, you get some bad news, your day is spoiled. But that news is bad, but it's temporary. It's only 1%. And what may seem like a bad news may actually be a blessing in disguise, depending on how we embrace it. You get it? So very, very, very important. I'm so excited that we could come and share this. Go 99% for the spiritual, work on your thoughts, heal those thoughts, let it be sound thoughts, good thoughts, rejuvenating thoughts, thoughts that are good, that makes you excited and happy. Let's get rid of the toxic thoughts, the thought of fear, anxiety, worry. Let's get our self-image in place, not who society say we are, but who God, who created us, says we are. Embrace that image. Let's walk in that image. Feel good, think right, affirm yourself, and put yourself in position, in an environment that affirms who you truly are, so that we can live our true, authentic self and be happy and make other people happy. Our community will be a great place to live. So it depends on you and it depends on me. Tonight, we really, really hope and believe that this short message talk will inspire you to step out and live your authentic self by starting with your spiritual side.
Yeah.
And let's win together. Be the light in your environment. Let that light shine and let that light make your environment, light up your environment and set many people on fire and enjoy, so that our community will blossom and flourish. We are so happy to have you. Lady Rita, I'm so grateful. I knew you would kill this topic and you did a great job. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. And our awesome viewers, we look forward to seeing you next week. Same time, same place, 8 p.m. Success Mastery YouTube channel. Bye for now.